Still a long way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? One thing this team's going to need is some leaders, and they've got one right here. Yeah, that's the kind of guy who can elevate that entire unit. He's a very talented addition. Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best? Yeah, I think with that pick, you're just looking to build up your core. Get some guys in here that can help round out the roster. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to them or go after someone who can help you up front? Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me. These are the rounds you love to see. Some big names to choose from here. And now is where you need to make these last picks count. Time to fill any holes you can before it's too late. Always a tough decision, offense or defense. It's all about finding the right balance when you're putting a team together. Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddies, girls, children of the cornfield, trying to turn a shift job into a dollar bill. We wear the muddy boots, stay true to how we're raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight, straight out of moonlight. Yeah. Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. Yeah, it's the kind of thing. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long, bonfire on the back
face, you're not from the clique. Give me space, we might ride it. Most say that, baby, they don't love the clique. I thought they love you when you make it. This some mud. Yeah, this some mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Trying to get back close, hit them with the stiff. Gears I shift, make sure they feel the drift. Just cut the Benz all with the tint. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400, I don't care at all. Have a head off version.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. And it's the birth of a new club as we're underway in Draft Champions. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. A beautiful fake. First down, Mariota. Caught. It's close, left side. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That could be a downside of putting together a team in Draft Champions Week 1. It's early. You might have some of these mistakes.
You're exactly right, because it does take time to build chemistry, trust, right? Understanding where guys are going to be. And I think that's what led to the interception. They just don't know each other.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And they have the football, and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they're behind the chains as the offense. 12 yards needed on third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
But no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And tough starting field position here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. William Hayes in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down. But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing is Mariota. He's got his man Cruz. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a... And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Mariota on first down. And that is incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Mariota looking and finding Allen Hurns. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
He was looking for his tight end, Crockett Gilmore, there, and that brings up fourth down.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They're running. Tomlinson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I am shocked that they would go for it there. Talk about a gutty call. But that's all about having faith in your offensive line, and they come through there on fourth down.
Tomlinson again, a first down carry. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That's another nice run, and I have to tell you, some of the coaches that I played for, their philosophies were always different when they see a guy running the ball well. Some of them wanted to immediately go to play action and throw it now because it's wide open. Well, other coaches said, you know something? Until they stop him, that big boy's going to keep getting the football. And that might be the direction that they're going to go right now. As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes are being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Off the play fake, Mariota. Cruz has it over the middle. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. And the play clock's running down. Mariota to throw it. And it is incomplete. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gauton. It's the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2 as they'll take over with the ball 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And Jones has it over the middle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as it. Incomplete. Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. quarter. 8 yards still remaining here on third down. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Here we go on fourth down with Rodgers. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And now here comes Kansas City. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Jordan Hicks, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
So what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
They'll look for the first with Tomlinson. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be fourth down and a few inches. Well, they'll say no to the 46-yard field goal try. They're going to go for it. They come up in an offset eye. They'll run for it. It's Tomlinson. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. Now Tomlinson on 1st and 10. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. They'll try to throw now. Mariota. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body.
And now on the pitch, the ball's loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when it's...
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head to... halftime. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he'll bring it back to the 9-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. LaDainian Tomlinson, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.